So, happy Veterans Day to all of you who have made that choice to serve our great country. Thank you all for your service. And as I've said before, this is bigger even. Thank you for your continued service. Whatever you're doing today to serve those people around you, our service should never end. Even though we served before in the military, our service should never end. So what are you doing today to serve the people around you? I thank you for that as well. So being Veterans Day, that also means it's been 1 year since we released the book, A Bridge Named Amos. It was really awesome being able to write this book, and it's been a great year of it being released. I've read this book probably about 100 times in different classrooms and different auditoriums across the country, mostly the Northeast, but I've read it about 100 times to students in schools. So today, I'd love for you to read the book. I'd love for you to record your kids reading their favorite page in the book. And when you record their favorite page, then post it to our social media. Tag us in it, at Sweethearts and Heroes, or even at Rick Yarish. I'd love to watch your kids reading the book. And also, when you do, we will actually send you a digital version of me reading the book. It's a really cool thing that we worked with the artist. We worked with some really cool technology. And we also worked with Binghamton University to record my voice reading the book. So please, check it out.
We will do just that. That's Rick Yarish this morning who sent me that. And I'm hoping that at some point he may be able to hop on the air with us this morning. But it is Veterans Day. And if you know Rick, if you've seen Rick in the past, if you've heard him in the past and taken in his message of hope and resiliency in the wake of massive despair, you know that he has quite the impact. Of course, Rick Yarish, one of the founders, along with Tom Murphy, of Sweethearts and Heroes, who's going to be with me in the studio, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Wednesday, tomorrow. It is Tuesday the 11th. Yes, it is Veterans Day. I've been on the phone this morning with Ron Tallman, and we actually was on the phone with him yesterday, too, and he was telling me that the parade will not be happening on North Main Street in Barrie this morning, as it has been so many years in the past because of the weather. And they have decided to keep things warm and dry, and we'll be up at the Barrie Auditorium this morning for the ceremony at around 11 o'clock. So if you can be there, please do. I have with me this morning on this Veterans Day a guy that I just met, and it is such a pleasure to have him in here. Cody Copeland, who was I didn't know about Cody until Rex Thompson mentioned him. Man, you and I, brother, are neighbors.
We are.
I'm so happy to meet you, dude.
Yeah, you too.
And I gotta say, man, thanks to Rex for telling me about you. He was with me on the air last Friday and was like, you know Cody Copeland, right? And I'm like, no. And he's like, dude, he is a badass. You need to have him on. So I'm humbled, and I'm taken by the fact that you've never done anything like this before.
I haven't.
This is all new.
It's all brand new.
Holy shit. But you know what? Here's the thing, man. You ain't afraid. You can't be afraid of a couple little microphones after what you've been through. Holy shit, dude. Tell me a little bit about you. You're 35.
35, yeah.
You got a little boy.
I do.
How many kids do you have?
I got one boy. His name's Dale. He's 7 years old.
Holy crap. And before we go 1 inch further, congratulations to Dale for getting himself a deer.
No.
His first?
His first.
Come on.
Yep.
Dude, that is so incredible.
It was something I'll never forget.
When did this happen?
It was Youth Day, so 2 weekends ago.
He must be on top of the world.
He is. He's
7 years old.
He still is.
Whew.
Yep.
Wow. How many pounds?
What was it, 113 pounds bike
Okay.
barn?
Damn, he
Yeah.
must be thrilled.
He was.
You know, I just said to you off the air, I'm like, man, there ain't nothing that matters more than stuff like that right there.
Yep. No, it's definitely something, I'll never forget.
How blessed are you to not only be alive, to have survived what you've been through, which we'll talk about a little bit of that, but to be able to be alive in this world and live life, to have that experience with your kid. That's amazing, dude.
It really is. I don't think, there's anything else that can beat it.
What a gift. What a gift.
Absolutely.
Time is the single greatest gift that any of us are given, rewarded with, I think, in this world. You're a single dad, man. How are you doing that?
Well, I got a great girlfriend that, she supports me and stuff, Danny. But yeah, it's had its challenges for sure.
I'm not sure if Ron is going to call in this morning or what, but he spoke very highly of you yesterday on the phone. You're out my way. You're in Corinth.
Corinth, yeah.
Okay. Active Army?
I was in the active Army, yep. And after that, I did some time with the National Guard.
Okay. Are you working?
I am. I actually work at a granite shed. I've been in the industry for about 12 years, but now I'm with Batera and Girardi.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a text from Rick, who's tuned in this morning. Rick Yarsh.
How you doing, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, this guy was blown off of his Bradley by a roadside bomb, covered in diesel, burning alive, flew off the Bradley, compound fractures, and rolled into a water trough down on the sides of the roads there. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Apparently, they're disgusting, the water that's in there. And the water put out the fire, but, of course, just all of the infection from the water went into his body and just made things that much worse. Somehow he survived, even though his entire body has been burned, and did not really didn't really want to live for a good amount of time, and lost some of his best friends during his time. I'm pretty sure it was Afghanistan, right around the same time that you were there. But this guy has reawakened into a whole different person, even though he has one leg and an entire body that's been burned, and has been at the bottom of the barrel with regard to hope and desire to push on. And now he's written a book, and he goes around to schools all over the country and pushes the message of be the best person you can, have hope, have resiliency, be strong, and just be a good person. And there's a whole message about bullying and so on and so forth that goes with this. But Rick is and has been and will always be the spokesperson for this message to go out to our youth today, which is really amazing.
It really is. He's a hero.
And so are you, my brother. 2009 to 2014, you were active Army.
That's correct.
And went to Afghanistan about 13 or 14 years ago.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
right. 2010.
All right, 173rd Airborne Infantry.
That's correct.
What made you say, this is what I want to do? You went to Spalding High School.
I did. Yep. After that, I did construction for about a year or so, and
After high school.
after high school, yep, it really wasn't working out. So my father, he was in the National Guard, and so was my uncle. My grandfather was in Korea, and I just went down and talked to one of the recruiters, and I signed the papers. And April 22nd, 2009, I was on my way to basic training.
Wow. Where was that? Where was basic training?
That was in Fort Benning, Georgia. And it was 13 or 14 weeks. I could run really well. I think my fastest 2-mile was just over 11 minutes. And at the end of that, they asked if I'd like to go to the airborne school down there. So I stayed for an extra month or so and completed the airborne course.
Was there a point, and I'm always kind of curious about this, when the beginning of this, where you may have said, what have I gotten myself into? I'm not sure. Maybe I made a mistake.
Yeah, I could say that happened within probably the first 3 days of being in Fort Benning.
Which might be kind of common.
Right. No, I think that's what they're trained to do. They break you down and build you back up to
Sure.
be a soldier.
Holy crap. So that what happened after that? Did you go to airborne school?
I did. I completed the airborne school. That was right there at Fort Benning, a different part of the base. And at first, my original orders, I was supposed to go to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And somehow after airborne school, they got mixed up, and that's when I got the orders to go to Vicenza, Italy with the 173rd.
So you went there.
I went there, yep.
What'd you do there?
We had one quick training rotation, and I was only there for about a month or so, and then we went straight into Afghanistan. I think I was 20 years old.
Ron Tallman, our good friend, 17 in Vietnam.
Yep. Yeah, Ron is, I'd like to throw that out there. Ron really is a great guy. He's done a lot for me.
What's he done for you?
Well, he could tell that I was struggling, at parts, and he didn't really know who I was, but with alcohol, and he grabbed me right by the arm and said, "You're coming with me," and took me down in the VA and got the whole process rolling for me.
Wouldn't take no for an answer.
Nope. No, he's really like an angel.
And I was just telling you off the air what he did for my dad. That's Ron.
That's Ron. Yep.
Relatability is so huge amongst all veterans.
It is.
Quite honestly, whether they've been active duty or not, they've all gone through basic training, and they all have one thing in common. They're willing and ready to give their lives for their country.
Yep. So you sign up to do.
It's what you sign up to do. And the respect is so high, no matter what you've got on your lapel, no matter what kind of uniform you're wearing. I think that's, or at least what should be, what Veterans Day should be about the
Absolutely. Yep.
most. What happened when you left Vicenza? You were loaded up on a Chinook.
Yeah, well, we took a commercial flight to I think the country was Kyrgyzstan or somewhere over there, and After that, yeah, we were taking Chinooks. We went to Bagram Air Force Base, which is was a huge base in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And we were there for a couple days, and one night we had 2 Chinooks come and load our platoon up and brought us up to the mountains.
Were you scared?
Yes, absolutely. The first night, when we were in the Chinooks, it was already dark. You couldn't really see anything. And we're going over the mountains, and that was the first time we received fire. They were firing at the Chinooks. The 50 cal gunner on the back opened up, and that was another point, wondering what the hell you got yourself into.
Yeah. Rick Yarish, we have a great soldier with us this morning on the air, and you're another one, my friend.
JD, how are you?
Good, buddy. I have a hero who's sitting right across from me here on the couch, man.
I just heard. I heard Chinook. I heard 50 cal. I like both those words.
Well, he was in Afghanistan in 2010. This is Cody Copeland. Cody, meet Rick Yarish.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Cody. How are you doing?
Doing good.
I should call you brother.
Yes, brother.
173rd Airborne, went to Vicenza, Italy for a short time, and then straight to Afghanistan for a year, and saw some horrible action there, my friend, as I know that you can certainly relate to.
Sure, I can. Probably not in the same capacities. Most of the stuff that we dealt with were IEDs. We very, very rarely had actual gunfights, but yeah, mostly IEDs where I was.
When were you in? Was it Afghanistan, Rick?
I was in Iraq, and it was I got there at the very end of 2005, and then was injured in September 06.
Okay. Rick, Cody, he's a neighbor of mine, lives down the road. He has been dealing with all of it since the PTSD, the depression, and all that stuff, alcohol. You can certainly relate to a good amount of this.
Yeah, I can relate to the fact that this stuff is extremely difficult. That I can relate to, but the part that I have that I can't relate to is I've never had post-traumatic stress. Early on, I struggled with things, and I think maybe I questioned if I had it or not. But I didn't have the nightmares. I didn't have the flashbacks to bad, and it's different for me. And I say that I wouldn't trade what I look like. I don't have my ears, I don't have my nose, my hands are all messed up, my leg is gone, but I wouldn't trade any of that for post-traumatic stress, because I know a struggle can come from that you question who you are, and I've never had to question that with myself, and I'm so lucky for that.
You've had a good number of brothers, sisters, part of your platoon maybe that have.
Oh, I sure have.
And have you lost friends to suicide?
I have none in my platoon, thankfully. But after my injury, I just, I dove into a new world of veterans. These guys who were injured and very badly injured, and I've lost a lot of those buddies, unfortunately, to suicide, and back home as well, not just military buddies, but buddies from back home.
Cody has lost 6.
Wow.
And this is something that you have talked about an awful lot, Rick.
It is, yeah. 6 is too many. 1 is too many. 6 is insanely too many. And what are we doing about it? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
22 a day. I don't know if that number's changed. That's the number that was always stuck in my head, 22 a day. And it's time to fix that. I mean, it's time to do something about that.
What do we do? For for some of us, there's really no quick fix to this, to restoring, mental health as a whole. But I mean, it's not like you can just go join the VFW and or go down to the VA or join the American Legion and just being around other brothers and sisters is going to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think those things help, but I also think, unfortunately today and this is, I don't know if it's any fault of the VFW and the American Legion, but the VFW and the American Legion is not what it was, 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
The younger veteran that gets out of service, I don't know, they're not looking to become a part of the American Legion or the VFW, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We do need something new to bring veterans together. Where I live in New York, I mean, and I'm sure this is my fault, but I don't know hardly any veterans at all where I live. Yeah, I just don't. We don't connect, and we should be connecting more. We should be sharing stories with each other and talking about things.
The message of hope is something that you talk about quite a bit, Rick, and something that you didn't really have a whole hell of a lot of that for quite a while, and now you push that message more profoundly than ever.
Yeah, I mean there were many moments, because I think hopelessness comes in waves and pieces, and I had many moments of hopelessness early on, but I'm not saying I will never feel hopelessness again, but I haven't felt hopelessness in a really long time now. Because I know when I deal with something difficult that I don't want to deal with, it's going to lead to something good in the end. When I get through it, when I push through it, that it's going to be okay. And I've really been living by this thing lately that, life is hard, but it's good. Even when it's really difficult, life is still good. And if I can look at it that way, and if I can see the good, which it's there all the time, it's there all the time. You just have to clear that smoke, get through it, look at the other side. And there's so much good on the other side of that negative or difficult thing that we're dealing with. So yeah, HOPE holds on, or stands for Hold On Possibilities Exist. And the possibilities that exist are awesome if you choose to look at it that way, and if you choose to see it that way, because they are there. The possibilities are awesome.
Yeah. What are you doing with your book that you've written, Rick, called A Bridge Named Amos? It's about your dog.
Yeah, it's about my service dog. He passed away a little over a year ago, October 12th, 2024, and I wrote about what he did for me. I talk about hopelessness and I talk about all those things, but in the book, he was my bridge to connections with, really one time in my life, early on in my injury, I had a very difficult time going out in public and, just being the spectacle. I was the spectacle. If I went into a mall, every single person in that mall saw me. There was no avoiding that. And it was just hard for me, especially with little kids who were afraid. So Amos was my bridge to overcoming that because, especially with the kids, everybody, but especially kids, they love dogs. And they'd approach Amos and they would pet Amos and they wouldn't even notice me until they did. And then they were fine with it because the dog was there. So
Wow.
The book is called The Bridge Named Amos. He was my bridge to being comfortable out in public early on in my recovery. And we released it a year ago on Veterans Day, and so it's been a year now.
Wow.
And we're doing a thing on the Sweet Hearts and Heroes Facebook and Instagram, where if you check us out, you can get a free digital book, and it's me reading the book, and it's this cool technology that scrolls it out. It's just really, really cool, and it's free. So if anyone wants to check it out, please check it out.
I think you're coming in here on Wednesday.
Which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. My week has been all messed up. I've been thinking that Veterans Day is Wednesday because I'm going to be with you.
Right. All right.
I know.
You're in here tomorrow. You're coming in from New York. You're coming here tomorrow morning.
I'm going to be sitting right where Cody's sitting right now.
All right. Would you bring a copy of your book for Cody's 7-year-old little boy?
Absolutely.
Done.
I'll absolutely
All right.
bring that in. I'll sign it and put Amos's footprint in there,
There
and
we
it'll
go.
be. I'd
That's
love to.
awesome.
That's what we want, brother. Listen, and if Cody is anywhere close by, he's going to come in here and pop in and see you, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, please do. I'd love to share that couch with you, Cody.
I will.
Dude, I love you to pieces, Rick, and I can't wait to see you, buddy.
Yeah, love you, man. Hey, love you, Cody. I never met you, but I absolutely love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
It's awesome.
All right, you gentlemen have a great day.
Thanks, buddy. That's Rick Yarish right there, man. That's what he's all about. Freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
I hope you're going to be close by. I hope you'll get a chance to meet him tomorrow.
I would love to. Yeah.
What do you one of your buddies who was part of your platoon is having a particularly difficult time, which of course you can relate to. Are you connected with him?
I am. Most of the guys, we still, if anything's bothering them, you'll get a random text or a phone call, and no matter what time of the day or night it is, you'll always hear a response back. Yeah. It's a real brotherhood. It really is.
He knows he can count on you.
Absolutely.
To a level that might be even different than his girlfriend, his wife.
Yep, that's fair to say.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Our World War II veterans, have you had a chance to meet any?
A couple of them.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, those guys didn't have the resources that we do. And the same with the Vietnam vets. They got treated like shit when they came back.
Yeah, amazing. I'm hoping that, and I know Mr. Campos has had a rather difficult last couple of months. I think he's 100 years old, and I don't know that he'll be up at the ceremony today at the Berry Auditorium at 11 o'clock. But have you had a chance to meet him?
I have not.
These guys, all of you, are such badasses through the bone. What you've been through, what you've endured, and then you have to come home and live your life. But the last 7 years of having your own little boy in your life, that's probably and will always be possibly the greatest thing that has ever happened to you and will be ever happening to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we were talking a little off air. I've struggled a lot over the years, and he's really helped me, start to get my shit together. I'm not 100% there, but I'm getting better.
And I don't know that anyone really has to be 100%, but just general forward progress.
Right, and that's the thing with the PTSD that I've struggled with. After a traumatic event, it seems like things would get better over time. But with me, and I can't speak for all veterans, but I think that same with some of the other veterans is it actually gets worse over time.
Is that is the case for you?
That is the case for me. Yeah. I used to be able to go to Gustos or hang out with groups of people, and
sure.
Now, like we were talking off air, I'm more keep to myself. I got a real small group of friends, and
yeah.
I did some racing down at Bear Ridge Speedway. I was doing that for a couple of years. And,
really?
Yep. And that was another thing, the anxiety and the stress that just got to a certain point where it wasn't fun for me anymore. And that's with like a lot of things.
I have a friend who's a veteran who did a tour in Afghanistan. He's in Michigan. And, what we both say to each other, and he's very similar to what you were just describing, is it's okay. It's okay to say, hey, I did that for a little while. it's not working out for me. It's not bringing me as much joy as it did or that I thought it would. So I'm going to change it up. I'm going to try something different, and I'm probably going to either stop doing that cold turkey or I'm just going to kind of transition slowly away from it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to do what's best for you, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Whether it's diving in head first into work or other things, hunting, whatever it may be. Find what brings you joy and do those things.
Yeah.
How rough was, and I'll go down any road you want to go down, and I won't on any road you don't want to go down. But can you, how rough were things in Afghanistan? You said you immediately you guys were taking fire. Are there any stories or anything that you're able to share? And I know I'm putting you on the spot here, and you can tell me to go pound sand, and I will.
No, it's all right. Well, when we first got there, we were in Kunar province, which the documentary on Netflix I was telling you about, that Restrepo, that was the same platoon and company the prior deployment. So I had some real strong leaders. Sergeant First Class Phillips was my platoon leader. But yeah, we were transitioning with the other unit, and the firefighting wasn't very much then, but as soon as they were gone and we finally took it over, we were getting shot at multiple times a week, and sometimes it just wouldn't stop. It'd go like that forever. One instance, we were on a 35-man outpost, and we almost totally ran out of ammo. We had to have a helicopter come and sling load a crate of ammo, crates of ammo right in the middle of the fob, and we all took turns going and getting the ammo. Yep.
While you're taking fire.
While we're taking fire, yep. And it was like that. The summer months it was like that, like I said, almost constant. The winter time it slowed down a little bit, but we were still getting, we would go on foot patrols, working with the ANA, which they ended up, a lot of them were corrupt. We'd plan the missions with them and stuff, and next thing you know, we were getting ambushed because they knew exactly what we were doing. So we ended up getting rid of the ANA. So it was just us, and it wasn't working out working with the Afghan army itself.
How so?
Like I said, it was just the planning of the missions and stuff like that. We were trying to involve them in the planning, and they would go and tell their little Haji brother down the road, this is what they're going to do. This is what time they'll be there. It was a big problem.
What else? Did you lose a friend?
I did, yep. Sergeant Beechnot was shot on a foot patrol one day. He was in the Scouts and Sniper unit. One thing that really broke my heart was we had 2 dogs that, they'd go on missions with us. I got pictures on my Facebook. They ended up having puppies, cute little puppies, and we all loved them. It finally brought us a little bit of joy. Well, Command Sergeant Major showed up one day and said, "You guys need to get rid of these dogs. I'm going to come back in, a couple weeks, and they better be gone." Well, he came back a few weeks later, and they weren't gone. The first thing he did was shot one of the puppies with his 9mm. Of course, they all scattered. They couldn't really run far because the Hesco walls are all around. And he chased every single one around and shot every single one, cornered the mother and shot her, and then threw them all in the burn pit, where all her shit went and all her trash. Threw them all. It broke my heart. It broke my heart.
Ooh. Didn't see that coming. His reasoning was what?
It was just he didn't want us I don't know.
Being connected or distracted.
I think that's exactly it. And I mean, these dogs, the mother and the father, they'd go on missions with us. We'd stay overnight, and like I said, I got pictures of the dogs up on the mountain with us. They didn't bother anything, and it was just that one little piece, we all had. It was taken away.
You still in touch with this guy?
No, I'd hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Wow. How'd your other soldiers take that?
We all took it pretty rough. There was people, trying to make connections back home to possibly adopt the dogs or just do something with them, but not the way it ended up.
Do you have a dog now?
I do. I actually got a dog. He's probably 6 months old. His name's Boston.
What kind of dog?
Black Lab.
Good dog.
He's a real good dog, yeah.
6 months old. He's probably taken out a few shoes.
He does.
Yeah.
Yep. About everything he can. He really likes to stuff the animals.
What you're describing to me, running to taking turns to run and get ammo back to your platoon, there's just a real high level of just pure luck if you're going to be able to survive and dodge a bullet.
Yeah.
Just pure luck. I mean, and it's like, man, you can pray all you want to pray, but in the end, you're either going to get hit or you're not going to get hit.
Right. Yep, and I mean, there was people that, we had a handful of guys that got Purple Hearts that day.
What other rough days, memories do you have that you're willing to share?
Well, we were getting mortar fired, indirect fire, and we could see where they're shooting at us up on top of the mountain, a couple clicks away. So, we went up there because we were trying to make sure it was all shut down and everything. And when we got up to the top of the mountain where they were shooting us, they were on the other side waiting and ambushed us from where they were up there. So we all went running down the mountain, and there was this giant river, and it turned into big apple orchards at the bottom. And what do you know, there was another round of people sitting there to ambush us. So we were stuck in between, getting shot at from the top, getting shot at from the bottom. We had one guy that actually got swept away in the river, and another platoon was getting called up and ended up getting him out of the river.
Was he hit?
He wasn't hit, no. We just got swept away in the water.
Did you lose anybody that day?
Not that day, no.
Wow. And this was at night?
This was during the day.
That's crazy stuff, man.
It really was.
I'm not sure what you're able to watch, what's being put out from Hollywood, but it's really remarkable to hear real stories like this and to imagine what it was that you were feeling, and beyond fear, beyond adrenaline, to see what you saw and to experience that is unfathomable for me. I just and so many others that are watching. You got through this, man.
I did.
You came home, any injuries, physical injuries?
No, I mean, I got the old man sore back and stuff like that now, but no, I was fine back then.
Must have been in great shape.
I was back, yeah.
What do you say to other veterans who are struggling with PTSD, depression? I mean, I said to you before we went live this morning, I'm like, 7 or 8 months of cloud and cold and snow and shit up here in the North Country certainly can't lend a helping hand to stuff like this.
Right. No, it definitely takes a toll on you. Like I said, I'm still struggling to this day, but what I could say to anyone is you need to reach out and talk to your buddies, no matter who it is, your family. Just don't give up. I mean, you matter. You really do. And no matter what you feel like you're going through, you can do it. You have to reach out and get the help, though. I mean, people, I got lucky with my mother and my father and, my family. They have come to me and dragged my ass, around saying, no, you're going to get help.
And Ron Tallman.
And Ron Tallman. I understand that not everyone has that, but if you don't have that, you really need to look for it.
Easiest way to do that would be to do what? Literally get in the car and drive to the VA down White River?
Yeah, I know they have a lot of crisis numbers that you can call. I've never personally called one, but I mean, there's a lot of people that care out there,
They're and I remember Ron saying this to me a long time ago. They're used to this at the VA. They're used to having people walk through the doors and just sit down and say, I need some help.
Yeah.
Could be physical, could be mental, could be both. I need some help.
Yep, and I know people, you probably heard rumors, the VA's slow and blah, blah, blah. They have been totally great with me with my mental health. I broke my leg a couple years ago. They take care of everything. They're still, to this day, they care about the veterans.
Do you still, are you a regular visitor to the VA?
I am, yep. I got a great doctor down there named Kate Van Arman. Yeah, she's awesome.
Wow. How often do you go down there?
I go down, what is it, like a 6-month checkup? I've been on different medications recently, so it's been a little more.
Yeah.
But
it's for me, what's really a blessing for me and an honor for me, not just on Veterans Day, but anytime, is to speak with any veteran who served active duty or not. My dad was a Korean veteran. And it's I'm always so humbled. And there's part of me that when I see a veteran with a hat on, I mean, my little girl will always say, thank you for your service. But there's part of me that wonders, how that's received when you say to a veteran, thank you for your service. What's in their mind of when they hear that? What do they say? Do they say in their mind, you're welcome, or do they say you have no idea, or is that the least that you can say? I just always want. I always wonder if it's just not enough, and maybe even borderline, for lack of a better word, insulting to just simply say thank you. It just doesn't seem like it's enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. Me myself, I'm personally not like that at all. Anyone that says thank you to me, it really does mean a lot, and it's because of people like that are thanking me. That's why I went and did everything I did.
Your little boy, what's he say about all of this? What does he think about all of this?
Oh, he relates to, oh, my dad can do that because he was in the Army. He says stuff like that all the time.
There you go.
No, he loves it. I mean, I think he looks up to me because of it. And, there'll be a time where we can sit down and have a couple beers when he's older, and I can tell him some stories.
That'll be a great day.
It will.
My little girl has asked me in the past, what is war? Why do people fight? And I have struggled finding the words that I think she can understand to explain that. Has your little boy asked you the same question?
He hasn't really gotten there yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be a hard conversation.
Yeah. Are you prepared for that? Because it was right around 7, 8 when Lily asked me, "What, Dad? What is war? What is that? Why are people shooting guns at each other?" Are you prepared to answer that?
I'd probably have to put some thought into it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we roll with the punches.
I cannot thank you enough. You are, this is not your comfort zone. You've never done this before. You've never come. I don't. Was it Rex?
Can you tell?
I can't because you're amazing. Did Rex put any heat on you to come in here?
No, I actually I messaged him that night, and I told him, I was honored that he mentioned my name.
Yeah, he's listening right now. How'd you meet Rex?
I don't really know. Just kind of.
Okay. Have you been up to one of the battles in Barrie?
I have not. He's been trying to get me to get in the gym. He's offered me to go in there.
Have you seen the gym? Have you walked through the doors?
I haven't.
Should happen, dude. It should happen.
It should happen.
You got to just trust me. You got to see that. Go do that.
Yep.
Go over there, check it out. It's unbelievable. And January 6th, hopefully you got some time. You'll come on up to the Barrie Auditorium.
Okay.
For the next battle in Barrie. It really is something else.
Oh, before we do go.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to give you this as a gesture of appreciation.
Whoa.
That's a combat infantry badge. You get that after combat, and there's some airborne wings. That's for letting me tell my story and just for acknowledging veterans in general.
Oh my God, dude. I don't know what to say.
Well, I appreciate everything that you're doing.
This, I'm going to do something with this. I'm not sure exactly what, but it will be right here. You just struck me hardcore, man. Thank you, Cody.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Jeez, man. The fact that you're coming in here, getting on a microphone. I want to show this too. What you just gave me, so everybody can see. Sorry, I'm shaking here. I'll get a nice photo of this and put it on. Whew. Boy, the fact that that you're willing to come in here and share your story so transparently like this and so open is really is something that I will never forget. And you're always welcome to come in here anytime for any reason. And I've always said that to veterans. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, first and foremost, it's veterans. It's what it should be. Rex is saying that's a CIB that is earned only under fire. Please explain.
That is, yep, that's correct.
What is that? What does that mean?
That's the rifle there. That means you have to be in a firefight where you are engaging and being engaged at in close combat.
You and I are going to have a long talk off the air about this.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to respond to that. But I can't thank you enough for coming in here. And my listeners feel the same exact way that I do. Thank you. That's all we can say. That's all we can say. And so many of us feel like there's just nowhere near enough. Just those two simple words. But that's what only so many of us can offer is just thank you.
You're welcome. Like I said, that's what we sign up to do. It's for you guys out there.
Incredible. Cody Copeland, our guest this morning, graduate from Spalding High School in what year?
2008.
Local guy. What an honor it is and has been to meet you today. You're a neighbor of mine. You live right down the road. And I want to thank Rex, because without Rex telling me about you, I may not have known about you. And I look forward to getting to know you better and maybe doing some more stuff on the microphone with you, man.
All right.
You have been amazing. Will you be up at the auditorium today?
I got to get back to work. I don't think I'll make it up there. But I would like to try to make it in tomorrow, at least just to get a handshake.
Anytime.
Okay.
Please, anytime. Oh, my God, I would love that so much if you could be here to meet Rick tomorrow. Yeah. That'd be incredible. Cody Copeland, our guest. Drop a comment, give a like, and share this one on Veterans Day and anytime. Our guest this morning here on the Aired Out Podcast. And please, thank a veteran today. If you see those colors pass in front of you, remove your cap. Beautiful flag flying high above North Main Street in Barrie, Vermont this morning to honor our veterans, our men and women who have sacrificed and offered their lives to defend our country. We thank you, Cody, so much.